10 genius ways Sigmas put their enemies to shame. Imagine standing tall in a room full of people, your enemies in the crowd, and they have no idea how they're being silently outclassed. Sigmas, welcome to a world where your quiet strength speaks volumes, and your enemies end up eating your dust. Ever wondered how Sigmas effortlessly put their enemies to shame without breaking a sweat? Let's look at a Sigma named Alex. He walked into a high-stakes business meeting where the competition was fierce. Everyone had their strategies prepared, but Alex, calm, cool, and collected, was different. No flashy suit or speech. As the meeting went on, the room shifted its focus to him. His enemies, who had worked for months, Alex didn't need to dominate the conversation. His few, well-chosen words spoke volumes. There was no need for competition or bragging. His presence alone commanded respect. When he left, those who had underestimated him realized the true genius had quietly walked among them. Sigmas don't fight with noise. They fight with mastery. And that mastery puts their enemies to shame every time. If you're ready to rise above the drama and learn how to do this too, stay tuned. I'm about to share 10 genius ways Sigmas put their enemies to shame without even trying. Let's dive in. Number 1. The power of silence. The strongest weapon in their arsenal. Sigma males have turned silence into a strategic weapon. In a world where everyone is vying for attention, trying to prove themselves with loud words and exaggerated claims, Sigma stand apart. They don't need to over-explain, argue, or justify their actions. Instead, they let their presence do the talking. This ability to remain silent, even in the face of confrontation, unsettles people, especially their enemies. When someone attacks or disrespects them, a Sigma's refusal to engage can be more powerful than any verbal comeback. Their silence forces the other person to wrestle with their own insecurities, questioning if they've even made an impact. It's a psychological game, one that Sigmas play masterfully. While others waste energy arguing, Sigmas conserve theirs observing, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment to act. This restraint makes them unpredictable, which is why they're often misunderstood. But in reality, their silence isn't weakness. It's a statement of dominance. It says, I don't need to respond because I already know where I stand. Number 2, unshakable confidence. Not arrogance, just knowing your worth. Sigma males possess an inner confidence that doesn't require validation from anyone. Unlike those who constantly seek approval, whether through social status, relationships, or material possessions, Sigmas operate from a place of self-assurance. They don't need applause or external recognition to feel secure in who they are. This is what makes them so powerful and so frustrating to those who rely on outside validation to feel important. In a world where people are desperate for likes, compliments, and reassurance, the Sigma's quiet confidence is a rare and intimidating force. Their enemies, especially those who thrive on ego and status, can't understand how someone can be so unaffected by societal expectations. They analyze, they speculate, they even try to break the Sigma's composure. But nothing works. The Sigma's secret: they've already validated themselves. Their self-worth isn't tied to others' opinions, but to their own personal standards and achievements. This independence disrupts the usual power dynamics, making people both intrigued and unsettled. It's why they command respect without demanding it. Number 3, mastering emotional control. While others lose it, Sigmas stay unfazed. Sigma males have an almost supernatural ability to remain calm in the face of chaos. While the world around them spirals into emotional outbursts, panic, and reactionary behavior, Sigmas stand firm, unshaken, and in complete control. This isn't because they lack emotion. On the contrary, they feel deeply, but they've learned the secret most people never understand. Emotion is a tool, not a weakness. Instead of reacting impulsively, Sigmas observe. They analyze situations with a logical mind, refusing to let emotions cloud their judgment. This composure frustrates their enemies, people who rely on emotional manipulation or drama to gain control. When a Sigma refuses to take the bait, it leaves the opposition powerless. They can yell, provoke, and attempt to stir chaos, but it won't work. This level of emotional mastery is what makes Sigmas so dangerous to those who thrive on conflict. While others lose their cool, the Sigma remains untouchable, always thinking 2 steps ahead. Knowing when to walk away. Sigma's strategic exit. Sigma males understand one of life's greatest secrets. Energy is a currency, and they refuse to waste it on meaningless battles. Unlike most people who get caught up in petty conflicts, Sigmas assess every situation with precision. If a confrontation doesn't serve their growth or goals, they simply disengage. No heated arguments, no emotional reactions, just a silent exit. This ability to walk away leaves their enemies confused and frustrated. People who thrive on drama expect a reaction, but when a Sigma denies them that satisfaction, it exposes their own insecurity. The Sigma's indifference sends a powerful message. You're not important enough to drain my energy. But here's the real advantage. While others are stuck in cycles of negativity, wasting time on pointless conflicts, the Sigma is already miles ahead. They redirect their focus to their own growth, mastering new skills. That's why Sigmas always seem untouchable. They don't just avoid unnecessary battles. 5. Using their enemies' weaknesses against them. Subtly, Sigma males are not easily fooled because they possess an extraordinary capacity for observation and analysis. Their ability to read people goes beyond surface-level interactions, while others are busy striving for attention, trying to look good, or impressing those around them. Sigmas remain detached, silently observing the dynamics around them. They have an innate understanding of human behavior and can quickly identify. One of the key traits that set Sigmas apart is their ability to pick up on subtle cues that most people miss. Body language, tone of voice, and facial expressions. These are all data points that Sigmas are constantly processing. Where most people are absorbed in their own image or their need to be validated, Sigmas are focused on understanding the truth. This heightened awareness allows them to navigate complex social dynamics with ease and precision. But what truly makes Sigmas dangerous to their enemies is their ability to stay calm and composed. While others may react emotionally to challenges or provocations, Sigmas take a more strategic approach. They know that emotions can cloud judgment, and that impulsive reactions are often the result of fear or insecurity. Instead, they maintain emotional control, patiently waiting for the opportune moment to act. Their power of this observation and patience lies in the fact that Sigmas don't seek immediate validation or approval. They are constantly gathering information, watching and learning. By the time they make their move, they've already analyzed the situation thoroughly. They know who their allies are, who the weak links are, and how best to position themselves for success. When the moment finally arrives, Sigmas use the information they've gathered not out of malice or desire for revenge, but as a means to outmaneuver those who have underestimated them. It's a game of intellect and strategy, where Sigmas are always several steps ahead of the competition. They don't need to make a scene or prove a point. Their actions speak louder than words. In essence, Sigmas understand the world like a chessboard, always thinking several moves ahead, analyzing the long-term consequences of their actions, and knowing exactly when to make their move. This calculated intelligence makes them a formidable force, one that cannot be easily manipulated or controlled. 6. Intellectual dominance. Sigmas let their minds do the talking. Sigma males understand a profound truth. Knowledge is power, and silence is a weapon. In a world where many people talk to be heard or to gain approval, Sigmas take a different approach. They don't rush to speak. Instead, they prefer to observe, absorb, and analyze. This silence allows them to gather the information they need to understand the true dynamics of a situation. Where others might speak impulsively, Sigma stay quiet, allowing the conversation to unfold naturally and often revealing more than others realize. Most people talk to showcase their knowledge, dominate a conversation, or seek validation. Sigmas, however, aren't interested in validation. They're focused on understanding, and their silence gives them a strategic advantage. By listening more than speaking, they give others the opportunity to reveal themselves. Whether it's a casual conversation or a heated debate, Sigmas let their enemies talk themselves into revealing weaknesses, insecurities, or contradictions that can later be used to their advantage. When a Sigma finally speaks, it's with precision. Their words are sharp, factual, and undeniable, cutting through any noise that may have preceded. There's no need for aggression or theatrics. Sigmas don't need to raise their voices because their words are potent enough on their own. This calculated approach often leaves their enemies speechless, as they find themselves outmaneuvered without even realizing it. While others scramble to dominate the conversation or prove their worth, Sigmas are content to control it effortlessly. They don't engage in endless arguments to win. They simply end them with calm, logical responses. This ability to control the flow of interaction without ever needing to shout or posture is one of the most powerful tools in the Sigma's arsenal. Sigmas keep people guessing. Sigma males understand that knowledge is leverage, and the less people know about them, the more power they hold. While others eagerly spill their personal details, hoping to impress or gain approval, Sigmas remain reserved. They selectively share only what's necessary, keeping the rest of their lives behind a well-guarded curtain. This aura of mystery isn't accidental. It's strategic. When people can't predict your next move, they can't manipulate or sabotage you. Enemies thrive on patterns and weaknesses, but Sigmas reveal neither. This unpredictability keeps their opponents off balance, second-guessing every assumption they make. A Sigma's silence isn't a sign of disinterest. It's a calculated move. Every unspoken word forces others to wonder, analyze, and speculate, giving Sigmas control without even trying. In a world where information is currency, Sigmas choose to keep their wealth hidden. And that in itself is a silent but undeniable victory. Number 8. Focused ambition. Sigmas don't get distracted. Sigmas operate with a level of focus that most people can't comprehend, while others get caught up in pointless arguments, social games, or petty conflicts. Sigmas remain locked onto their objectives. They don't chase clout, approval, or recognition. They chase results. This quiet, unshakable determination makes them formidable in any field they pursue. Their enemies, on the other hand, are often too distracted by temporary victories and meaningless rivalries. They waste time trying to prove themselves to the world, while Sigmas prove themselves through their success. A Sigma knows that every moment spent on drama is a moment lost in their personal evolution. That's why they operate in the background, silently making moves while their competition burns out chasing illusions. By the time their enemies realize what's happening, it's already too late. The Sigma has surpassed them without ever looking back. Their secret, laser-focused discipline, and the ability to tune out the noise. Number 9, the ability to adapt. Sigmas evolve. Their enemies stay stagnant. Sigmas understand a simple truth. Those who resist change get left behind. The world is constantly evolving, and instead of fearing the unknown, Sigmas thrive in it. They have a natural ability to read situations, assess new trends, and shift their approach when needed. This makes them unpredictable and nearly impossible to outmaneuver. While their enemies stubbornly hold on to outdated methods or refuse to grow, Sigmas are already adapting. In business, they're the ones who spot emerging opportunities before anyone else. In social situations, they effortlessly adjust their demeanor to fit the environment without compromising who they are. In personal growth, they never stop learning, refining their mindset, and pushing their limits. This flexibility gives them an edge. Their enemies struggle to keep up, frustrated by their own inability to evolve. And by the time they finally catch on, the Sigma has already moved to the next level. Adaptation isn't just a survival skill for Sigmas. It's their silent weapon. Number 10. The humble brag. Sigmas let their success speak for itself. Sigmas operate on a different level, while others are busy broadcasting their achievements, fishing for compliments, or seeking validation. Sigmas remain silent, but their impact is undeniable. They don't waste energy trying to prove their worth because their results speak louder than words. Whether in business, personal growth, or social influence, they let their success do all the talking. This quiet confidence unsettles their enemies. Those who rely on external validation struggle to understand how someone can be so self-assured without constantly seeking applause. Sigmas don't need recognition because they know their value. Their mindset is simple. Success isn't about proving something to others. It's about achieving their own goals on their own terms, and that's what makes their enemies feel defeated. When a Sigma walks into a room, they don't need to announce their presence. Their energy, discipline, and silent achievements demand respect without a single word. Having said this, Sigmas, I hope you now see the genius behind how you put your enemies to shame. It's not about flashy moves or loud gestures. It's about mastering yourself and letting your actions speak louder than words. Remember, the quietest person in the room often has the loudest impact. If you've enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to join our Sigma community. Apply these Sigma qualities to your life and watch how everything starts falling into place. Having said this, keep mastering your silence, your confidence, and your mind. Stay Sigma. Keep growing.